Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rich Code Reviews in Visual Studio. I'm Felicia Shah. I'm a program manager in developer division in Microsoft. Particularly, I work on LiveShare, which is a collaborative, real-time collaborative tool. And
My name is Arjun. I'm also a program manager on DevTools and Services at Microsoft. And yeah, we're here to talk about code review experiences inside Visual Studio 2019 and Visual Studio Code.
yeah, awesome. So coding is a team sport, right? I think when we had this wave of agile from waterfall and this movement towards trying to iterate development, we all realized that more eyes on code makes better code. And I think there is a general understanding in the industry that coding is a team sport. You make better code, you make better applications when you discuss with more people on your team, when you have more minds put together. And I think, in general, that's the idea behind our entire suite of products.
So when we're talking about coding as a team sport, collaboration becomes an interesting area of innovation, and there are productivity gains that you get by focusing on better collaboration tools, and that's what we are focused on, right? So we're really trying to figure out, when it comes to code reviews, which is one way in which developers collaborate, how can IDs actually make that experience better, right? And there are sort of a bunch of ways in which we can sort of make that experience better. The first is, we can reduce context switching between editing and reviewing code. Right now, code reviews happen in the browser, and that means going from your editor in the browser, and the browser is full of like multiple tabs that are constantly attacking your attention, and context switching can be extremely costly, right? The second is that your IDE is the place where you're most productive as a developer, right? You're used to the shortcuts to do a go-to definition, find all references, you know how search works, you know how navigation works, and being able to use those experiences in a code review will extract more productivity gains, right? And finally, if you can review code faster, if you can review code with higher quality, you can ship higher quality code faster, right? And that's really what everyone's driving towards. So yeah, that's what we're going to focus on. So let's walk through some of these features in Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code, right? So the first step of really doing a code review is doing a self-review, right? You want to know what you're pushing on a branch before your teammates review it, right? Because you don't want to be that person in the team who is known for like not caring about what they ship, right? And so the first step really is to do a self-review. And Visual Studio 2019 and Visual Studio Code make it super easy to do that by being able to review changes, right? So you have the ability to actually see changes through integrated source control features, which are actually available out of the box, right? So let's look at a quick video that shows how you can do this inside Visual Studio 2019, right? So I am a developer. I made some changes into my code. And before I actually commit them and push them to whatever remote repository I'm using, I want to do a self-review, right? So I open changes. I can look at what things have changed, what they were, what they are, and this gives me an easy way to actually review my code, and then write a quick commit message, which can then trigger off a commit and a push to GitHub or Azure DevOps, wherever you're using this. These features are basically available inside the Team Explorer tab on Visual Studio 2019, and that's where you can sort of get started with source control. For users who are using Visual Studio Code also has integrated source control features. So again, I make some changes, and I want to review them before I push them. So, oops.
do you want to play them?
Let's try this again.
Hold on, I can play them.
So I've made some changes, and I think it's paused. Can you check if it's paused? Yeah. So I go to the source control panel, and again, I can take a look at what has changed before I actually make a commit, right? And this is critical for, for the code review to start at a good point. Once we've actually done a self-review, it's time to actually commit our changes and have our teammates review it, right? This is where the ability to create and review pull requests comes in. So you can actually create a pull request or create a merge request if you're using something like GitLab, and also review pull requests from your team, right? So this gives you the ability to actually see diffs inside the editor, as opposed to having to go to a browser and do a context switch. You can leave comments, so you can have discussions on code. You can give feedback to your developers on the team if they've done something well, if they've done something, if you want them to do something different. If you have a question that you want to ask, comments make that possible. And you can also see status checks, right? A lot of us have CI/CD pipelines that are running on top of pull requests. And being able to know that my tests passed and the CI was green is an important step in being able to review a pull request. And this actually allows us to enable some step-up experiences, such as better navigation, right? Because you're actually loading code inside the IDE, you can actually refer to the repo and get into navigations and do stuff like find all references or go to definition, which actually increases the comprehension as you're reviewing code, right? So that actually improves the quality of the code review that's being done. This is possible by an additional extension. So we'll show off the GitHub extensions for Visual Studio 2019 and for Visual Studio Code, but a similar experience is also possible with Azure DevOps. So let's see a quick video with the GitHub extension for Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio 2019. So I have the extension, and I jump into my editor. Again, I will switch over to the Team Explorer tab, which is where we saw the changes. I can click on pull requests. I can create a new pull request, give it a nice title, and submit and create a pull request. Or I can go back and look at the list of open PRs, right? I open a PR, I look at change files, and I can open that changes. I can open the changes. I can review the changes. And notice the plus thing on the left. That actually allows me to leave a comment, which will then get reflected on GitHub, and that can start a conversation about the code that's being changed. Similarly, for Visual Studio Code, again, I'll install the GitHub pull request extension. And once I have the extension, you can see the GitHub logo on the left. Clicking on that logo makes it possible for us to create and review PRs. So I can create a PR, or I can look at open PRs. I can open the description for the PR inside the IDE, so I can see what's been changed, what is the conversation around it. And then I can jump into the changes. And again, I can review what was the previous state, what's the current state. I can look at past conversations my other teams have reviewed, and I can sort of jump into that conversation. Or I can start a new comment and kickstart a new discussion. So the ability for you to actually discuss things in your editor is actually made possible through the GitHub PR extensions, and that makes it possible to do a full fidelity review inside the IDE.
So this is all great, and you're seeing IDEs, especially Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code, really invest in this ability to have a richer code review experience, shift left in your code review experience. You're seeing it happen within your editor rather than your browser. And that's awesome because it gives you context for your tools, right? And all the other cool things that Arjun talked about. But what if we take it one step further and we actually talk about real-time code reviewing? Because it's not something that's necessarily static. When you write code, some of the most beneficial collaboration that you have in your team room is when you pop onto your friend's desk or your peer's desk and say, hey, can you look at this? Hey, I have a quick question. Can you just give me an idea of how this works? What's wrong? Can you take a look at this? And all these informal conversations and these little quips that you have in the team room is something that our team is really invested in being able to recreate for developers who are not just co-located, but who might be in different parts of the world, and that you can do in a more scalable fashion. So introducing, or if you already know, LiveShare, which is real-time collaboration. And one of the use cases of LiveShare is that it truly can enhance your code review process. We have a co-editing feature, which is one of our primary functionalities of LiveShare. And what it really lets you do is look at somebody type out code in real time, right? Like it's essentially you're sharing the context of your repository with a peer, and this actually helps you a lot when you have something that's like an open pull request, or you have want to recreate that into your like normal workflow, because all you need to show them is changes in your file. Do you have a video that we can?
Yeah. So the key really is, code reviews involve a lot of back and forth, right? I create a pull request, someone then schedules a review, and then they find time to do it, and then they make comments on it, and then I make some changes, and then I go back to them and tell them, look, I made the changes that you wanted me to make, and can you please review it again, right? So, and this back and forth actually adds up. Like, if I've submitted a pull request on Monday, chances are that I'll only be able to merge it by Friday, right? And I've spent that time sort of doing a back and forth in the course of like the pull request discussion, right? What we wanted to actually do with LiveShare is that we wanted to reduce this into one tight conversation. So irrespective of whether you're in the same room or if you're on different sides of, or in different continents, you can actually get into a real-time code review session and do this back and forth where the guest, the reviewer, and the author can actually do a co-editing experience. They can leave comments, and they can actually get to the final answer faster. So we have a quick video where, let's say I am the author, and I use a dark theme on the left side, and I've made some changes, and I want Felicia to actually come in. She's using the lighter editor, and we're going to do a quick code review.
Yep.
So let's see how this works. So I can see my code, right? And while I'm in the code base, I can actually see a different cursor from the reviewer, right? As the reviewer actually selecting code, you can see that reflect on the host side as well, right? So this is really the co-editing experience where we're sort of in the shared workspace and sort of co-editing together. The other thing that's possible is the reviewer can then open changes, the source control pane, and actually look at what's changed. They can also leave comments on what you could what you could change in that code, and these comments would actually reflect on my side in real time, right? And I can then also respond to these comments. So the pull request experience that we did on GitHub or Azure DevOps, which goes back and forth over time, can actually be done in real time using Visual Studio LiveShare.
So we're replacing asynchronous pull request kind of collaboration into a synchronous real-time experience. And just for context, this is within a LiveShare session, which is the icon that you see on the left at the bottom.
Yeah, so if you want to try this, check out Visual Studio LiveShare. That actually brings us to the end of the talk. So we spoke about doing a self-review, which is the best way to start a code review because you've gone through your code once. And you can do that with the integrated source control features. You can create and review pull requests within the IDE with additional extensions for GitHub and Azure DevOps. And then you can do a real-time code review with Visual Studio LiveShare, which actually reduces the back and forth and actually gets you to a final answer faster.
Cool.
Any questions?
Thank you. Yeah, do you have any questions? Or you can come chat with us. Yeah. I can't hear you. I'm going to have to come down. Yes. Yes. So, well, the idea is a lot of times, the question was to complete the pull request, you're going to have to go to the browser after all. Or if you have one of the extensions downloaded, you can still do it within the editor, like the GitHub pull extension. So you can complete it from within the editor. I think you're asking more in terms of the LiveShare part of it, where if you leave comments, you finally do have to go do a pull request. No, so the LiveShare session, the comments are not like comments that you saw in the GitHub pull request. It's more comments on your code, like an actual comment, where it's like you're having a discussion. Yeah.
You mentioned that you could navigate or the code when you were the reviewer. So how is that possible? Do you copy the
within the LiveShare session?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question was, you mentioned that he's asking how I find references of the code within a LiveShare session. Well, the LiveShare session essentially is you host your repository or whatever it is, the context of your environment within your editor, and this is essentially shared with the guest. So your language services, for instance, all the go-to definition, the auto-completions, everything the guest can also see and do and experience with you. So yeah, it's not just like mirroring, it's actually recreating the entire experience for the guest without them having to clone or the entire repository, set up the environment, set up the dependencies. Yeah, sure.
First part of the review part,
Yeah.
is it all GitHub based, or can you use another like Bitbucket or Confluent?
Okay.
Use the comments for
So the question was, is the first part of the review part all GitHub based, or can they use Bitbucket and other?
So doing a self-review with integrated source control, that's purely based on Git. So irrespective of what Git provider you use, GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, all of them are supported. For the code, the pull request extensions, you need to set up like a separate extension. The APIs that actually support these extensions are actually open. In fact, Bitbucket has an extension on the VS Code marketplace which actually allows you to review pull requests from Bitbucket inside Visual Studio Code. I don't think that's possible in Visual Studio 2019 at this stage, but the APIs are possible, and so it is possible for a developer to actually make that experience because Bitbucket has those APIs, Visual Studio has those APIs, and you can actually create that extension.
Okay, so the question is, does LiveShare enable just co-editing, or does it enable co-editing, or is it just for code reviews? So LiveShare is actually much more than a use case for code reviews. It's primarily real-time collaboration for pretty much all your day-to-day collaboration scenarios. For instance, you're able to not just co-edit and like watch the other person code, and it's not just one person, you can have up to 30 people in a session. You're able to debug, you're able to set breakpoints, step through these breakpoints and look at the call stack while together from the context of your own machines. You're able to share terminals, which means if you provide read-write access to the guests, they are able to run commands on your computer. Obviously, this has to be with a trusted individual of your team. So this is very helpful, especially when you're trying to help somebody set up something. If you're an expert on the team and there's a new person, et cetera, or other situations. You can also share your local host. So let's say you're building a web app in Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio. You can actually share the local host that your web app is hosted on, and without committing that code to an online repository and them cloning it and then having that on their local machine, they can still access the work-in-progress app, and that's really helpful when you're building something. In Visual Studio, just as of today, yes, as of today, we have something called application casting, which is for your desktop development. So if you press F5, start a debug session, you're able to actually launch your application on your side of the editor, and then if you have a LiveShare session on, your peer is able to see that application even without you having ever committed that code online. So it's really kind of taking this whole concept of like you sitting next to the person, but it's just powerful in the fact that you can actually do it without sitting next to the person. Any other questions? We also have our booth is right behind this Talk Tech. So come talk to us anytime. Our team also works on Visual Studio Online, which is the online browser editor, which we just launched. So thank you so much.